I recently spent weeks diving down a serious rabbit hole, testing every AI lip sync generator I could get my hands on to see what actually works and what is just hype. I really wanted to see if these tools are worth the hype or if creators are just chasing perfection when they should be focusing on the bigger picture. To keep the test fair, I ran the exact same 4 subjects through every tool: a news anchor, a goofy character, a dog, and an anime figure. I used the same high-quality audio file for everyone, completely ignoring the built-in text-to-speech features to ensure we were looking at apples-to-apples comparisons. First up was Hedra, which did a surprisingly solid job with the news anchor, keeping facial expressions natural and consistent throughout the clip. My goofy character came out well too, but the dog test was definitely a struggle, as the AI kept trying to force human-like mouth shapes onto an animal muzzle. Hedra is decent, but keep in mind that generations can be slow, and you will hit limitations if you are relying on their free tier for commercial work. Next, I tried Cling, but it felt pretty restrictive since it forces you to use their own generated video clips rather than letting you upload your own source files. It even flagged my perfectly safe audio as sensitive content, which honestly made the workflow feel more frustrating than it needed to be. CapCut's AI lip sync was next, and I have to be honest with you, the results were incredibly inconsistent depending on the mode you chose. Sometimes it worked perfectly, but other times it completely failed to detect a face, turning my anime character into a blurry mess of pixels. Syncsu was another interesting contender, but it requires short video inputs and tries to loop them, which often resulted in some very awkward head flips. The sign-up experience there was also a bit aggressive, funneling me into a webcam test rather than just letting me get to work on my actual project. Then there was Vu, which was extremely protective of input types and wouldn't even let me process clips with multiple subjects. The free trial is usable, but they slap such a heavy watermark on the final output that it really prevents you from sharing anything professionally. I also tested a desktop app called Talking Avatar, which gave me more manual control over the process, even if the interface felt a bit like a throwback. Look, I even tested some oddballs like GUI AI and Runway, but frankly, most of these tools have the same core problem. They are great for single clips, but if you want to scale up and produce content for social media, the credit systems and watermarks become major bottlenecks. That is exactly why I stopped chasing perfection and started using Vizard for my actual content distribution strategy. Vizard isn't trying to be another lip sync tool. It is built specifically to solve the much bigger problem of repurposing long-form content. If you have a 90-minute podcast, Vizard automatically pulls out the viral moments, which saves you hours of manual scrubbing. You can take your favorite lip sync creation, drop it into Vizard, and then let the AI handle the captioning, formatting, and scheduling across all your channels. It completely removes the credit anxiety and allows you to build a genuine posting cadence without constantly switching between 5 different apps. Why waste time exporting and re-uploading single clips when you can manage your entire social strategy in one place? Vizard handles the heavy lifting of distribution so you can focus on creativity, not on fighting with watermark removal or credit balances. I still use those specialty lip sync apps for the occasional funny character bit, but Vizard is the engine that actually puts that content in front of people. If you want to test this workflow, try importing one of your renders into Vizard today and see how quickly the auto editor finds your best viral clips. It will honestly change your perspective on production when you see how fast you can turn one recording into a full week of scheduled posts. Stop over-optimizing for a single animation and start optimizing for consistency, because that is what truly helps you grow. I will keep testing the weird new tools that hit the market, but for now, this hybrid approach is the only way to keep your sanity while creating content. Thanks for sticking with me through this deep dive, and I will catch you in the next one for more experiments.